Good morning, family. Good morning, good morning, good morning, family. Whether you are watching me now live or if you're going to watch me later, whatever time it is when you watch this broadcast, I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you're being safe. I hope all is well. And I hope that you guys are being smart and aware of what's going on. Oh my goodness, family. We have a lot to talk about today. We have a lot to talk about. Let me turn hold on, you guys. Let me turn it down. I have to make sure that everything is going okay. I tell you what, I want to first introduce my business. Don't let me forget. We got to get our business going here. Okay. You guys can see that. I hope you guys, okay. Getaway Internationals. We do beach rentals. And to Getaway Internationals.com is my website. You guys better check it out. Come on, let's work this teamwork. Let's work this teamwork, family. I told you guys, get your own business, right? Let's do it. Let's make it happen. We have 3 days for $100. You get your $100 back. You do a tour. I'm just saying. You got 5 places to go to. Williamsburg, Virginia, Shenandoah Valley, which is Massanutten. Have one in Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, and we have one more, Vegas. Okay? Those are $100 deals. Go for 3 days, 2 nights. Do a tour and get your money back. Free trip. Who does not want a free trip? Inbox me your phone numbers, website. My Gmail is going to be getawayinternationals@gmail.com. I will put it in the comments. But you guys need to get busy. I do have a young man that's going to join me. We are going to talk about some things this morning. We are going to talk about some things for the next couple of shows. I need you guys to understand what's going on in Haiti. I'm going to just mention a little bit about that because a lot of people are bringing it up. But we as Black people, did you see them with whips out there? What did that remind you of? It reminded me of some things that was happening in the past that they trying to bring back. And I don't care what Black folk, we have to learn to stick together. Whoever's telling you that they need to carry their own kahunas, those are traitors. We have got to stick together because let me tell you something about a white America. They don't see anything but BLACK. They don't see them as Haitians. They don't see them as anything but Black people. We have to understand what's going on. And they'll try stuff and they'll see how quiet you are. Oh, we can do this. We can do more. We can do that to them because they won't say anything. We don't protect each other. Is that what's going on right now? But you'll protect the whole white Biden. I've seen people protecting Biden and saying, oh my God, he's doing a great job. Where do we do that at? Are we not our brother's keepers? We are. We should be. And you have to understand mentally what's going on. They have trained us how to hate each other. That's what's going on. I hear people saying, oh my God, they don't like us. Africans don't like us. So what? Black folk don't like Black folk. We don't like each other in America. But it's all done by design. We have to learn how to retrain our thinking, you guys. We have to learn how to retrain this. We've got to learn how to retrain our thinking. If we don't stick together, we're going to be in trouble for what's coming. We're going to need each other. But they have gotten us so mentally that we don't think we need each other because we got white zaddy. We're depending on enemies. We depend on white folk for everything. Do you understand what we did in 1963 by coming together with them? And we're the only culture to say, I don't need my man. She wrote a poem, and that poem was, Am I a Woman? That's what she wrote. Ain't I a woman? You remember Sojourner Truth, right? She wrote a poem. I'm going to read a little bit about that. But we have to understand what's really going on here. They want to get you so brainwashed that you don't like yourselves. They have us murdering each other. We treat each other the way they've trained us to. They put us in the news so much to make you hate your own Blackness. They've trained you to hate your own kids, to hate your own husband, to hate your own mates, to hate your own men, to hate your own sister. We have got to counteract that. We see what's going on. It's not right. You don't see anybody else sitting up there saying, they deserve to be beat with whips. Do you guys understand what's going on? Just like when they kill us, we say, that person deserved to die. But do you ever hear them saying that about their own? I never heard anybody say anything when Kyle Rittenhouse killed those two protesters. And then he went, raved at the police, went home, then got arrested. I didn't hear one person say anything bad about Kyle Rittenhouse. They was talking about, he was defending himself. He was defending himself. Dylann Roof, nothing negative was said about Dylann Roof by them. Nothing negative was said about Dylann Roof by us either. But the little girl who had the knife, we had plenty to say about her. She should have died. That's what I heard. I've seen so many people, black folk, texting that, commenting. She should have died. She shouldn't have had a knife in her hand. But we never give that same energy for white folk that's gunning down, shooting up schools, shooting up Walmarts, shooting at a crowd, going along a public apartment and shooting out with car windows. I don't see that same kind of energy. I see black folks standing in their house. Nobody challenged them, did they? Why? Why are we not challenging them? Ozone. We have not forgotten about our brother, right? I hope we've not forgotten about him. He is our brother. And yes, the police died. But he could still get off of this because guess what? He was afraid for his life, remember? How they been treating black folk? Because I'm going to tell you what. If police officers stopped me, I'd be scared for my life. Being black. Black female, so what? And I told you guys about my little book, right? Y'all need to get it. It's a must read, family. Understanding what? The assault on the black man, black woman, black manhood, and black masculinity by Wesley Muhammad. If I get a chance, I'm gonna read a little bit more out of this book today. I'm gonna tell you these cracks are terrible. And these people who you call friends. The ones that hung you up on trees, cut babies out of you, fed your babies to alligators. You're best friends with their children. How's that possible? I'm going to read a little bit about it. Come on, let's because we're going to talk about some black issues. We're going to talk about the black family. We are going to discuss our blackness. We are going to talk about why do we treat black women the way we're treating black women. We're going to talk about the men too. Because I'm going to tell you what, our men, and you know when it all started? We used to be tight. We used to like each other before we came together with them. Before slavery, before 1963, when we came together, civil rights, okay? Remember that? Before then, we used to like each other. We were best friends. We even was married to each other and not to them. But what happened? They saw, they're coming together. We got to do something. So what they do? In 1970, they dropped drugs in your neighborhood. Who did it? Nixon and Reagan, remember? They asked Congress for some money. Congress said no. They said, okay, we'll get it another way. They dropped drugs in the black folk neighborhood. And the drug money they was using for that war, remember? Come on, you guys. Y'all remember this. But before we came together with them, we had black towns, over 200 black towns. We were doing our own thing. We had black schools, hospitals, buses. We had our own everything. Negro League, remember that? And what did we do? We decided to hook up with enemies. We had been free. We got free from them. Everything was going really good for us until what? 1963, we came back up under your enemies. And they tore down black towns, built highways through them, didn't hire any of our black teachers to educate their children, but we allowed them crackers, them devils to educate our children in their schools. We thought, they're going to get a better education. They got a better education, all right. Where your kids end up? Jail. Remember the prison, the pipeline? Remember that program they had going on that you didn't know about? But your children ended up in prison and theirs were ending up in corporations? Remember that? Remember crack, cocaine? You went to jail, but now they have programs for theirs who's addicted to opiates. Because what you do to black folk, what you do to us happens to you. And now they got women saying, we don't need our men. But you see them different cultures that's coming in, owning service stations, owning businesses, like the Chinese, Arabs, who's beating you down. When you come in that business, you talk crap to them, they come from around the corner, they whip on you, right? Who you got to go up there to protect you? I bet they won't do Chinese women like that. Have you ever seen them do Chinese women like that? Have you ever seen them do an Arab woman like that? Have you ever seen them do anybody else but black people, black women like that? See our babies being snatched up? Because we've taken our protection away. They've allowed you, they've gotten in your head, brainwashed you about your own protection. I don't know about you, but I need my man. I don't know about you, but I need mine. And I'm so sick and tired of hearing Black women say that they don't need their man. Let me read this poem. Let's start here. Because we're going to get it together. We're going to get it together. And I'm going to tell you what, we need to be down. We should have been down there at that border. We should have been down there with our Haitian brothers. It is time for us to change our mindset. We know how they trained us. We know how they've taught us. They've taught us how to hate each other. We know that. But what you going to do about it? You're going to continuously accept the lie that they don't like you, so we're not going to do nothing. Come on, you guys. At what point did we get over that? At what point did we get past that? At what point did we change things, our situation? At what point do we depend on us? At what point do we stop depending on enemies for everything? You depend on them for your water. You depend on them for your food. You depend on them for your money. You won't even work your own business. You're too busy working 50 hours for their business, and you won't even get your own business. My daughter was trying to order a cake. Black guy. You know how many days it took him to get back to her? She was calling him. Let's look at this. She was trying to participate, patronize a black guy, his business, cake business. She had been texting him and calling him. She said, "Mommy, I can't give him because I'm on my kids about, buy black. She said, but I'm trying, but I can't even get the guy to contact me back." So she knew a person that she worked with that knew him. That's where she got the number from. So she said, "Hey, I've been trying to call, blah, blah, blah. Couldn't get a hold to him." So guess what? The person, he works right next to me. I'll talk to him. Or her husband or something, work next to the guy. So, of course, her husband went there and told the guy, "Hey, got somebody trying to get in touch with you about a cake, blah, blah, blah." It still took him 2 days to call her back. Why? But I'll tell you what, if he had supposed to been working for that white man at 8 a.m., he would have been there, right? But for your own, you don't put your all into your own. Let me just read this for you. Sojourner Truth, she wrote this, she says, "Ain't I a woman?" Okay. And she was very profound with women's rights. Okay. She was very adamant about women's rights. And she said, "Well, children, there is so much ratchet there. Must be something out of kilter. I think that," now help me with her wording and some of her stuff. I'm trying to understand what she's saying. Okay. She says, "I think that okay, I'm gonna skip that word. The Negroes of the South and the women at the North, all talking about rights. The white man will be in a fix pretty soon. But what's all this here talking about?" Okay. "That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and to have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helped me into carriages or over mud puddles or give me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could head me." I'm reading what she wrote. "And ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it, and bear the lashes as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children and seen most all sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman?" Then they talked about this thing in the head. What's this they call? I don't know. That's it, honey. What's that got to do with women's rights or Negro rights? If my cup won't hold but a pint and yours hold a quart, wouldn't you be mean not to let me have it, my little half measure full? Then that little man in black there, he says women can't have as much rights as men because Christ wasn't a woman. Where did your Christ come from? Where did your Christ come from? From God and a woman. Man had nothing to do with him. If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, These women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again. And now they is asking to do it, and men better let them. Obliged to you for hearing me. And now old Sojourn ain't got nothing more to say. My thing is, does anybody understand what she was saying? Where she was comparing, y'all, we have got to get it together. I've seen Black men do a whole lot more for white women than they would for their own. I've seen Black men dating 400-pound white women, but won't date a 200-pound Black woman. Why is that? I've seen our Black men dating trailer park trash. You go to the gutter, you pass a whole 10 up. I knew a guy that was engaged or dating a Black woman. He didn't want to work. So the Black woman left him alone. So he got with a white woman that told him he didn't have to work. Still today, he's not working. But it's okay because he didn't want to work anyway. So she's taking care of him. And that's okay for him because that's all he wanted. He wanted a woman. He married a white woman because he didn't want to work. She said he didn't have to. She's taking care of him. He's like, I'm not letting this one go. He married her. How do you think that makes her feel? She has 100% total control over him. He can't poop without her saying so. He can't leave the house without her saying so because it's her car. He can't do nothing in the house without her say so because it's her house. He has brought nothing to the table. And why is that okay, men? Why is that okay? You'll settle for trash for a woman to tell you don't have to take care of me. I got that. What are they really saying? What's she really telling him? I want to control you every time, everything that you do, I want to control because I know then you won't go anywhere. You can't hurt me because you have nothing to hurt me with. You can't do anything to me that I don't allow you to do. But that's okay. We are our brother's keepers. They want Black women to excel over our Black men. Most Haitians and Africans will tell you, they'll tell their children, their girls, they tell their children, Andre, welcome. Like and share as you come in, you guys. They'll tell their men, they'll tell their children not to bring an American Black home. Why do they tell each other that? Why do foreigners, Jamaicans, Africans come here in this country and tell you not to date Black Americans? Why do you think? Because they brainwashed them before they get here. Before they get here, they've already vetted them. They're not going to bring no more Marcus Garveys over. I can guarantee you that. So who they bringing over? It's people they've already vetted that they know is going to continue their Black race, white supremacy. Oh, I got some stuff I'm going to read to you today. Because I want you to understand why they're killing our men. Because they want you to be alone. They want you to be defenseless. Or they're making them gay. A war break out. Who's going to defend you, Black women? Yourself, obviously. Remember in China when they killed all the girl babies? Remember that? Now China has banned effeminate men because they took all the girl babies away. Who they have to date? Each other. And now they're marrying Africans. But do you understand? Sometimes we do stuff and they do stuff. White folk do stuff for generations. The Chinese didn't think about what they was doing when they was killing all those girl babies. They didn't think about who are these boy babies going to marry? Who are these boy babies going to date? Who are these boy babies going to, have babies with when they grow up? If we abort all the girl babies. And now they have a problem in China. So now they're marrying African women. And they're going to wipe those babies out. So you can count on that. Those babies, they're helping those African women, just like American women are helping white folk to survive. We'll help them, but you won't help your own. Get a whole border of black Haitians that nobody, where your Black Caucus at? I didn't hear anybody saying anything about those black folk at the border like they did for the Mexicans. When those Mexicans was at the border, oh, we gotta help. We can't, oh my God, we gotta help. Black Caucus went down there, didn't they? Sheila Jackson, Elijah Cummings had a fit about it. Remember Elijah Cummings? He cut folk out about those Mexicans at the border. We don't do stuff like this in America. I don't hear. Do you hear? I'm hearing crickets. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. I hear nothing. I hear absolutely nothing when it comes to those Haitians on the border. I don't hear Black Lives Matter. Does black folk matter? For real, for real? Yes, they did, Andre. They let Mexicans and Afghanistans come to America all day, but are whipping our brothers. And what are we saying about it? Let them hold their own cojones. We're not going to protect them. That's not our business. I'm trying not to holler today, Andre. I'm trying not to get all in my feelings. But every show I do when it comes to black people, I'm very passionate about. Jason Black, Tariq Nasheed, those are agents. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all better listen to me. Y'all better listen to me. Those dudes, they talk against white supremacy in one breath, but then you told a whole show. You are you got millions, like what, millions, 100? You have millions, 2 million, I don't know what it is. You have millions of followers. And you told those black folk to ignore the Haitians. We're not our brother's keeper. You let them hold their own cojones. That's what they told. That's what they was telling their people. But the same thing you allow for your brother, what happens when it happens to you? Who's going to protect you? We have to show people something different. We have to do some different things to get different results. We can't continue doing stuff the same way. It's not working. It hasn't worked. It won't work. It's never worked. But we still gonna let white folk or black agents. You have to step back and see what's coming out of their mouth. If on one tone they saying one thing, but then they turn around and dividing black women like Jason Black does. He has a show called The Business that, and this is sad. He divides the black man and woman. Nothing but divide on that show. So are you for us or you not? You never give a conclusion to the matter when you talk on your show. You never have a conclusion to the matter. He never comes up with a plan. Never have I said, we come up with billboards. But as far as a plan, as far as us having our own political party, as far as us supporting one another, as far as us doing group economics and really, really having our own, I've never heard him talk like that. Have you? And if I'm wrong, call me out. I've never heard a conclusion to the matter. I've heard him talk about you getting a job working for white folk. But let's get your own business. I've never heard him talk about getting your own business, manufacturing your own companies, doing group economics. Because sometimes that's what it's going to take, us doing group economics. But we left our men, we left our family at that border to fight for themselves. Shame on you. Shame on you. Just like you're leaving your women to fight for themselves. You did the same behavior with the Haitians. Women, you have these boys. You've got to allow their dads to be around them. Let's get back to being married again. Let's stop being baby mamas. Let's start planning some weddings. Let's start getting the counseling that we need in order to get healed up. We've gone through. Do you guys know, family, that we are the only ones that have gone through and still going through slavery? It didn't end. They still, did you see what they just did to the Haitians with them whips? Does that tell anybody anything? It never went away. Where the hell did they get the whips from? Where'd they get the whips from? I ain't seen a whipping. I've never seen a whip. I'm just saying. Where'd they get the whips from? All they needed now was the white sheets. And we sat there and we was okay with that. Like we okay when they beat up a black woman. Like we okay when we see our brother getting gunned down and you say he should have complied. What's wrong with us? That's called mental illness. I did a show on mental illness. I need to get back to it. That's mental illness. Where are my counselors at? We should have counseling programs coming up from everywhere because we need it. Where's our schools? We have a black school, Xavier Institute. I showed you. I did a show on it. Why are we taking our babies out of these white schools and putting them in with him? What do we do about that show? What did we do? Did we do nothing? We just continue allowing enemies to educate your babies and think things are going to get better. You know what they're doing to our babies' minds. But what are we doing to change it? Are we doing anything to change it? Are we going to do anything to change it? Are we going to do anything different? Or are we going to keep on allowing enemies to educate and brainwash your babies? They're already feminizing your boys, putting dresses on them. Lil Nas said, "The hell with your kids." He told you how he felt about your children. A black man who's supposed to be a model, a role model for our black boys, our children, who's sitting up here in a damn dress, who's kissing a whole nother man on BET or whatever. That's not even black owned. They didn't change the name. The black man sold it. We'll sell our mamas, I tell you. That was a good, we could have kept that. He could have kept that and had the real black news. He sold it. He sold it, took the millions and ran. What a coward. He's a freaking coward. He could have used that for real black news. That could have been a place where we get our real black news. But he sold it and ran, took the money and ran. He got his millions. He's done. He got his millions. Probably then lost it. Are we our brother's keepers? Are we our brother's keepers? We see stuff that needs to be addressed. And somebody told me what Lil Nas doing is not hurting you. Oh, it's hurting me. And it's hurting you. It's hurting our children. Is that what you want your son to see? A whole man kissing another man? Satanic rituals? Is this what we want to teach our children? Only way things are going to change, family, is if we change them. We have to do something different. We know what the problem is. And we have black schools. We have black schools. We have so many people on here with great ideas, with businesses, with gifts in them. The Creator made you with gifts in you. Entrepreneurship is a gift in my family. Singing is another group in somebody else's family. Being a plumber, mechanics, beautician, that's in your family. I don't see these. I see businesses. I see a lot of restaurants popping up. Where the rest? Where the midwives at? We have black babies that are being born every day. Where are my midwives? That should be popping up nationwide. Clinics. You can start with 5 rooms. But you're going to grow to 1,000 in no time. Less than 6 months. I guarantee you it. Nationwide, my midwives should be delivering black babies. We have schools popping up. NOI has a school. You can start there. If you're going to pay $100 for daycare for your children, you can pay $100 to educate your child in NOI. Virtually. I don't think they went back into the classrooms yet, but they're doing it virtually. And you could take another $60 that you would spend on your hair and nails. Pay a grandma to come in and sit with your children while you're at work until you create your own business. I'm telling you how we can get out of the system. How many are actually going to do it? I'm going to do a live tomorrow on Facebook Live telling you how to create your own business. I started my travel business with less than $200. I probably did it for like 150, 130, like, who knows? Come on, you guys. And I got such a great deal on my website. Come on. You don't even need a website right now. You have Facebook. Use Facebook. Facebook is free for now. So I really didn't need $150. I didn't really need to do it like that. I just did it like that because I wanted me a website. I had a great price on a website. That's because I knew the girl. But I guarantee you, if I gave you her name and you said, hey, Cassie is my, reference, but she'll probably give you the same deal. Just saying. We have to start doing our own. It's just so sickening because we don't care enough about us to invest in us or our own, that we'll continue complaining about Becky and complaining about Karen and complaining about what they're doing, and you do nothing different. That's the sad part about it. Stuff is going on. You know how they are. You know how they treat you on these jobs, but you will continue allowing them to educate your babies. Do you not care nothing about your children? Do you not care anything about your future? Yes, they took everything. They closed our schools down. They didn't hire any of our teachers. We had Black teachers back in the day in the 60s when the civil rights came up, but we wanted to go to their schools, remember? But did they hire any of our teachers to help educate with the education of our children? Because Black teachers know how to educate. We know how our children learn. They didn't know how our children learn. Did they hire any of our teachers to help them to teach our babies? You're right, Andre. When are we going to do it, family? When are we going to do it? When are we going to do it? This life should be full. But this is how Black folk don't care about Black people. This is how Black folk don't care about what the hell happens to us. We don't care. We don't care. Why don't we care? Why don't we care? Because we were taught not to. We used to care before we came back under them and we started allowing them to educate our babies and they start brainwashing your children. They start indoctrinating our children. That was the best thing we could have did for them. We allowed our enemies to educate our babies. They said, oh, we got them now. We got them niggas now. Oh, we got them. We got them. They allowed us to educate their future. Woo! That was man. Woo. They looking like, what the hell? They scratching their head. Who does that? Would they allow you to educate their babies? No. We integrated their churches. Did they integrate yours? Did they come to your churches? I remember I belonged to this Black church, right? The white couple came in and the woman was willing to stay. And the Black man, the white man said he couldn't come back. He said the message was great. He told his wife, he said, but I can't do it. You know why he couldn't do it? Because he couldn't stand that Black man standing over him, standing up on that, and him looking up at that Black preacher every Sunday, speaking into his life. He couldn't take it. He said, the message is good. He said, but I can't sit up on no Black man. And this is what the wife came and told the pastor. And he told us what the woman had said. That's why his church didn't have a whole lot of white folk, because this is how white folk think. This is how white folk think about you. Let me read just a little bit about, from a little book, okay? Killing the males, sparing the female. Kill the male, spare the female is the Jericho plot that Pharaoh hatched against the children of Israel to keep them from growing in strength and power. Is that not what we're doing today? Is that not what's going on today? We know that we know what kill the male looks like. It looks like Officer Darren Wilson gunning down Michael Brown while Brown was surrendering with his hands up. It looks like Officer Timothy Lowen rolling up on the 12-year-old Tamir Rice while he's playing outside as a 12-year-old boy should do and immediately gunning him down with absolutely no provocation. And then the city blames the 12-year-old black boy for his own unprovoked murder. And we said nothing. We blamed Trayvon Martin. Remember the one anchor that blamed Trayvon Martin for his own death? Wilson and Loham undoubtedly represented the tip of the iceberg of the white supremacist infiltration of law enforcement that the FBI 2006 unclassified intelligence assessment report warned us of. In particular, the report showed concern over the infiltration of law enforcement by so-called ghost skin, those who avoid or vote displays of their beliefs in order to blend in while covertly advancing white supremacy causes. This is what happened, and this is what our boy Ozone could use. Yes, we should have never came together with them. Deuteronomy 7 tells us that. We were never supposed to come with them. Ever since we've come together them from 1963, what's been going on with black people? We've been going down, down, down. Everything we had was gone. Everything. How do you get with somebody, and how do you call yourself integrating, and you lose everything? Whose idea was that? We've all businesses. We had over 200 cities gone. We had hospitals gone. Negro leads gone. Buses gone. Taxis gone. So you come over here and integrate with us, but you got to lose everything? Heck to the no. I'd have said, okay, this is what we're going to do. You let half our teachers come over here. We're going to work in your schools, but y'all can go to the same school, but we're going to teach our own babies. We're going to educate our own babies. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm totally against integration, totally. So I wouldn't have never came together with them in the first place. And I knew we had some people back in the day that was going against that integration, but they weren't loud enough because black folk wanted to sip on their ice. You had already sipped on their ice in slavery, dummies. What you need to sip on their ice again for? You saw how they treated when you came together in slavery when we was together. You saw how they treated you. And did anything change when we came back up under them? Did anything change when we came back under them? Nothing changed. We got worse. We lost absolutely everything. And now everything that we are, we depend on enemies, and they did that on purpose. Make them depend on us. Make them look to us for everything that they need. We are their gods. We are their gods. And they know they hate our men. Because every man that they conquer, they either kill them or they feminize them. Right? All right, let me finish. Read a little more. Okay. We just know well what kill the male looks like. At least one method of kill the male. But what does spare the female look like? It looks like Oklahoma City Officer Daniel using the power of his badge to rape 13 vulnerable black women and girls. America is killing the black male and sparing the female because the black male is seen by white supremacy as an enemy combat, and the black female is seen as the booty. Did you hear me? And as the booty, they can have their way with her. We now know that Daniel Holtzclaw is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's read some more. The victims are targeted. They come from a vulnerable demographic, young, poor, drug addicts, or those with criminal records. The victim largely come from unprivileged communities of color. These predatory police victimizes juveniles like school children about 1/3 of the time. We have to understand what's going on, family. And we're getting worse. Black folks scared to say anything, scared to do anything. We won't rise up for nothing. We won't rise up to save our own. We won't rise up to do nothing. I'm not done. I'm trying to skip around here. So I'm hoping I'm making sense. But y'all need to get this book and read it, because I'm going to tell you what, every time I read this book, I get upset. because I see it. I can see it. They had a whole chapter in here about what the Clintons, remember? The Clintons are old boy. That chapter right there, that really put you down because you really see it. And it's still happening today. When Hillary called our babies predators, and we agreed. And we agreed. Because we talk about why black. Let me just say one thing. We look at black folk and we say, why we act the way we act? Where did it start, family? Did we get here by ourselves? We had help. This is what happened when you integrate with enemies and allow them to educate your babies. This is what happens. They come to steal, kill, and destroy. Who does that? They've come to kill our babies, to destroy their future. And we do nothing about it. We act like we're waiting on them to get a heart. We're waiting on their mercy. We're waiting for them to change. Why would a bully stop bullying you if you don't make them? You think they're going to just stop on their own? Really? Oh, boy. Come on. Let me just continue on. I'm going to continue on. I'm going to try not to get too upset. When I get quiet and calm down. Okay. In this regard, we're talking about, hold on. Indeed, white men don't genuinely love black women, even those they marry, except in the way he can also love his dog. Sexual violence was a tool of colonial control. It was political proxy. European men established control over invading territories through sex with indigenous women. In the colonial setting, sex both metaphysically and literally became a force for colonizing the non-Western world. Essentially, restrained male heterosexual became an instrument for European conquest. U.S. colonizers viewed the subjugation of a woman of the native nations as critical to the success of the economics, cultural, and political colonization. Okay? Symbolic and literally control over their bodies is important in the war against the native people. There could be no more illustrative examples of this political use of sexual violence than in the report penned by whoever. Okay, we're not going to go through that. The Christian attacked them with buffets and beatings. Then they behave with such temerity and shamelessness that the most powerful ruler of the island had to see his own wife raped by a Christian officer. Thus, such institutionalized sex terror is not particular to America. In fact, American tactics grows out of the global strategies of domination and employed by the white supremacy and its architects. U.S. law enforcement executes federal command to kill the male, and U.S. officers are given what a license to enjoy the spoils of war, the booty. Spare the female. When black women are killed by cops like Rekia Boyd, Miriam Carey, Sandra Bland, is because as booty, the black woman is not targeted, but is expendable, and her life doesn't matter anymore than the black man does. If kill the black male means kill the black man in 6 million ways or more, spare the female even means keep the black woman around, but only for sexual use and abuse by conquerors of black men. And when she gets out of line, out of her place, she can get it too. And when you know what? Yeah, I'm not done, but I need you guys to understand These people have never changed. They have never changed. They're still doing stuff that they did back in the day to us even now. And a lot of people say, oh, if I lived back then, I would do this, that, and the other. We ain't doing nothing. We're not doing anything different. We've cowered down, if anything. We've cowered down. This is how they've trained us to treat our own women. They treat their women bad. So we've taken on these same characteristics. So now, black men, we treat our women bad too. Their women are kind of rebelling against them by dating black women, black men. It's not that they care. It's not that they love you. And they happen to be dating and marrying the ones with money. Why? Why do you think that is? Because they'll be there for 20 years. Then they get tired because they know they have these babies and they, tired. So what they do, what Tiger Woods' wife do? She left him, took over half, didn't she? She'll never, ever, 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 ever have to work another day in her life. All of that money he made went to who? Becky. And she will spend it with white folk. You think she gonna take that money and spend it in your black business? It might be a one or two white folk that'll put the little money into your business by buying a meal. One or two. But they're going to stay amongst their own and give their own money. But I'm going to tell you what, I keep telling y'all, we can stop all of this. Little bit by little bit, we create our own. Royce Watkins got this thing coming up at the end of October. I hope you guys are looking at it. I hope you guys are going, even if you go virtually. Because I'm thinking about doing it virtually. I may not get all of the insides, but I still want to get in on some of that. I'm really trying to retire by the end of this year. So I have a pop-up I'm going to October 2nd for my business. I'm still looking to hire people that want to work with me. You make as much money many trips you book, you make as much money as you can. Every person that you bring to me, you get paid. That they book a trip and pay for it, you get paid. You work on commission. Who can't use the extra? Oh, God. It's up to you how much money you can make. You can make as much as what? $1,000 a week? $2,000 a week? Depending on you, depending on what you book. Every trip you book that's inside that costs $700. Every $1,000 you make, you get paid. If you go over $700, $500 trip, you still get paid. It's up to you how much you make. I've created a business out of my tribal business. And we can go nationwide, inside the U.S. and outside the U.S. Inside U.S., I try to stay as cheap as I can inside the U.S. I'm not trying to break anybody. You want to go to Las Vegas? I had trips $700. You know you ain't going to go to Vegas for less than $700 for 7 days, are you? Because their rooms will cost how much? How much they rooms in Vegas? $150? $200? On the main strip? $300? I might can get you there for $550, depending on the day how I feel today. 7-day trip to Vegas, $500. What in the world? $550, $600. Can you do that with anybody else? Any other travel agent? No. Have a 7-day trip. You want to go to Dubai? Give me $2,000. Let's go. Okay, better than that, $1,500. Let's go. I'm just saying, I can charge whatever I want to. If I like you, I can really help you out. But if you acting a button and it's okay. I'm still going to be nice to you. But I'm just saying, it's time for us to do us. How many of you guys know that? And what are you waiting for? If you're not actively, Christmas is coming. You should have had your online stores together. Shopify will give you a shop for 2 weeks without paying anything for it. Shopify will help you create your website. Get you a product. Sell some t-shirts. Black Lives Matter. Blue Lives Don't. Sell something. Boots, wintertime coming up. Get you a line of designer boots. But let me tell you something, black folk. We do not have to get a line and charge an arm and a leg for it. Okay? Please be reasonable. Please have reasonable prices. With my business, I can charge as much as I want. Say, for instance, it's a Fuji. One lady was trying to go to Fuji. She said, they're charging me $12,000. I could have said, okay, give me 10. But what did I do? I said, give me 6. I did half. If she's black, I probably wouldn't. I'm just saying. I ain't going to, but I'm just saying. Okay, we're here to help each other, right? Just like they do. But my thing is, it's time for you to get your own business. Who can bake? Bake some cakes. I told you my daughter was looking for a cake. She was looking for a person that bakes cakes. These cakes was costing $170. I don't know why a cake will cost $170, but I'm just saying, I guess that's what the going price is. I don't know. I can't say anything. She found a lady, older lady, online who bakes them in her home. Great cakes. Talk to different people she's baked cakes for. Amazing taste and amazing price. She's paying $70. Why does everybody have to be? You don't have to bankrupt us. Let's not bankrupt each other. Let's not bankrupt each other. We don't have to pay $200 for a cake. If you're that good at baking, you can charge $100 and you can break the bank. Everybody will come to you because you're so much cheaper than everybody else. You have to learn how to be a good business person, be good business minded. You don't have to break the bank on everybody that comes your way. We don't have to do that. We are so expensive. I know it's hard to get started, but you don't have to charge an exuberant amount of money. Black folk don't have it like white folk do like that. We don't have it like that. People say, well, they buy what they want to buy. Yes, but for me, I'm not going to pay $170 for a cake. I'm going to find somebody who's going to do it for $70. I'm just saying, that's how I shop. Because I know I can. So don't think you're going to get my money because you're not. Not if you're going to be super exuberant. Okay? I don't mind paying. But when I know that you're overcharging, I'm not going to be bothered. I'm not going to do it. But we can do this, family. We are our brother's keeper. We should have been down at that border fighting for our brother. Ladies, we got to stop with, we got everything coming against us on every side. And now we coming against us. Our men coming against us. Our men talking about how we trifling, we ghetto, who are you talking about? Every woman is not. What? Let me say one thing. I had a guy that I seen his thing on Facebook. He said, hold on. He said, I'm gonna pull it up. Because when I seen it, hold on. Okay, hold on. This is what he said. Y'all help me out. This is what he said. This is what he said. I have never in my life seen so many sorry-ass women in my life. When do it stop? I have so much respect for my sister, but damn, they have to do better. I said, let me show you what I said. Let me find my comment. Oh, you had a whole lot of caping women on here. I showed him a video as how God designed women. And let me just tell you something. Us Black women have gone through so much hell on this earth. This is what I said. If you're drawing the wrong kind of women, it might not be her. We draw to ourselves where we are. Time for you to do some work within yourself to attract a different type of woman. Take a break, do the work, and watch what type of women you attract next. That was one of my comments. Another comment I said, when after the video I got how God designed women, and I just want you guys to hear this. Listen to this. Just listen to this, family. Listen to this. Oh, hold on.
Receives, she incubates, multiplies it, and gives it back to the male. She was built to do that. So whatever you give a woman, she'll receive it, multiply it, and give it back to you. Whatever you give a woman, are you listening, brothers? She'll never give you back what you gave her. She'll multiply it first. She's designed that way. If you give a woman a sperm, you'll never get a sperm back. She'll multiply it, give you a baby. If you give her a house, she'll multiply it, give you a home. If you give her groceries, she'll give you a meal. If you give her frustration, she'll multiply it. Yeah. So, brothers, if you don't like what you are getting, change what you're giving.
Woo! Did you hear that? That's what I told my brother, right? That's what I told him. If you don't like what you're getting, change something about yourself, because we attract who we are. That's what we attract to us, to ourselves. Okay. Whatever she has been given, she in return gives it back to whomever. So if there are sorry women out there, that means she has come across a sorry man. Okay, that was one thing that I said. Oh, I said a lot of other stuff. I talked about how you have to understand. I said, you have to understand, Black women and men have gone through hell in these Americas: rejection, rape, mental illness, abandonment, and fatherlessness, and so much more. Now our men are rejecting us and going to white women. Some women are hurting so bad that all they want is to know that they matter. The only way is for them to look for that love that's been missing for a long time. Hold on. Be patient and show them that you're different and that she matters. Healing will come to her, but you just show her mercy and that you care as a friend. It's time for healing between the Black man and Black woman. We're the only ones that can help each other heal. We just have to recognize that we are all we got. Take care, my brother. We have to understand what's going on. All of this was done by design. That's just like you having a man and he beat you for 100 years, okay? And then he turned around. Well, he beat you for at least 12 years, right? And then he turns around and he looked at you and he said, oh, you look bad. Oh, my goodness, what's going on with you? But he didn't beat the hell out you for the last 12 years. What you supposed to look like? This is the same thing with America. They're looking at Black folk and they say, oh, what's wrong with you? Why do you act the way you act? What are you doing? You're doing this, that, and the other. But how the media has portrayed us is what they see. They don't see the real Black woman like myself doing my thing. They don't see people with their own business like Smoothie Queen, who was on my show. Okay. They don't see her. I mean, that girl be working it. Okay. That girl is where I keep up with her. I hope you guys are keeping up with Smoothie Queen. That young lady is working that thing. She was on my show, right? Yeah, I hope y'all keeping up with her. Okay. But they don't see women like that. They gonna look at the tackhead, the tricks, the hoes, the thirsty ones. They looking at that. But you have to understand where they came from. You took the men out the house when they were babies. You put them on drugs. You put them in jail. You took our men away from the women back in 1970 when you dropped drugs in our neighborhood, took their jobs away. Remember America, where it came from. You put our men in jail and gave them an exuberant amount of time. You left a woman there to fend for 5 children while you took the man out of the house. And then you told that woman she couldn't have a man in the house. She couldn't have the father of her children in the house. She had to do it by herself. Else we're not going to help you with the little pitiful welfare check that you was giving her, because you wouldn't even pay her enough money to be able to take care of 5 children. So a lot of times they had to be on welfare and work up under the table, right? Because you took her help away and told her you can't have no man in the home with her that's going to help you raise your boys. And we did it. Okay. We bit and drunk their Kool-Aid, right? You can't follow behind white folk telling you what to do with your family when they kids out here shooting up everything, being terrorists, shooting up sex brothels, shooting 9 people in a church, killing 9 folk in the church after you sat there 45 minutes to an hour at a Bible study. And that didn't prick your heart none? That ought to show you where the church is at. If you had a whole murderer sitting up in your church for a whole hour and you teaching Bible study and none of that pricked his heart, what's going on with your message? What's going on with your church? You can't take the men out of our homes, ladies. You can't tell a boy, you can't teach him how to pee, let alone try to show him how to be a man. You can't take his daddy away, tell him he can't ever see his daddy, and his daddy's not sowing into his life, and expect him to be a man. Expect him how to be a father. You cannot. Who taught him how to be the husband? Who's teaching him how to be the father? Who's teaching him how to be responsible? If you take that man out of his life, we need our men for our boys, for our girls. Because I wrote a book, A Mother's Love. And I told you, we have to have both in our families. Our children can't do without the mom, and they can't do without the men. Because the mother will teach a girl how to be a woman. We're going to teach her how to parent. We're going to teach them how to mother. We're going to teach them how to love our little babies. We're going to teach them how to the hygienes part. We're going to teach them how to be the mother. Okay, the back, kind of like we backing our men up. Okay, our man is the head, but the woman is the body. You understand how I look at it? And then the woman is teaching that boy, the son, what kind of woman he wants later. Because most boys marry women like their moms, do they not? They marry women like their moms, right? I'm just saying. And our men is going to teach those little girls, it's almost like a role model. Because what our daughters see is what they end up getting. And when those daughters don't have those men, those male role models, they go out there and pick a rock, a stone, something up under a rock. And then you wonder, why is my daughter dating these kind of men? Well, what kind of men did you have around, mama? Did you have the men around her that was beating the hell out you? That's beating you upside the head, talking to you and calling you all kind of names? What did you portray when she was little is what you're going to see when she's grown. Because you can't bring anything and everything around your daughter and expect your daughter to be a princess. You can't bring men around like Polite, who's raping kids, your daughter. And they ain't gonna lie about it. DNA is there, bruh. DNA is there, bruh. Couldn't have been me because I wouldn't have reported it. I'm just saying. Couldn't have been my house. Because I wouldn't have went to the police. I would have handled that myself. And I'm not condoning violence. I'm condoning keeping my children safe. I remember one time I interviewed a babysitter, right, when I worked. And I went over there and I talked to her, and I used to sit there and I would interview these women, and I'm watching, what's happening in and out of their house. And one lady I had interviewed, and she was running numbers. And I mean, she had a whole lot of men in and out of her house. And I looked, you won't ever get my daughter. You will never touch my daughter. You will never have her in your house. You will never come around my daughter. You will not, because lady, I told them, this is what I used to say. If I drop my daughter off to you safe, I better pick her up the same way. Because whatever comes out of place when she's in your care, I'm coming. I meant that. That's why I had to vet my sitters. I had to go there. I would get off work sometime. You never know what my schedule was because I'm coming. I'm checking. Because if mine acting funny, if she come around talking about some stuff that I know that I didn't teach her, I'm coming. I'm holding you accountable because you are in charge of my daughter's safety. I'm paying you to keep her safe. I'm paying you to make sure that she's good in your care. Because if she's not, I'm coming. That's true for my granddaughter too. Play with me if you want to. I'm not playing. I ain't got time to play these games. If you know you're a child molester, don't come over here. If you know that you're a wife abuser, don't come over here. Because you're going to get what you give. I'm just saying. You're not going to sit up here and hurt me for free. Not even paid. I don't need that kind of drama. I was very aware of what I was teaching my daughters. I didn't let no man come up here. They dad didn't talk to me crazy. They dad wasn't cussing me out. They dad didn't disrespect me. He didn't do it. He died, but he still didn't do, he didn't, and no, I didn't kill him. I'm just saying. No, it was an accident. So no. But I'm going to tell you what, we work together as a parent. If I told, he worked all the time and I worked part-time, and if I told them to do something, if I told them, they could never go behind me and say, my daddy, mommy, blah, blah, blah. He would look at them and say, what your mom say? We worked as a team, and my kids saw that. So they knew if they went to him, they still won't be able to do it, because he'll send them right back to me, what your mama say? And he said, or either he would explain, my daughters had questions about boys. Okay, then he would, he took on the conversation. Ladies, that's why we need our men there. We can't do everything. We're not an island. We cannot do everything by ourselves. And I see where they're allowing these gay folk to adopt babies. Do you understand that? Why are they doing that? These black children. I've seen two white men with this one, like a 6 or 7 year old black girl. Why am I seeing this? Why am I seeing this? And they're dysfunctional. Why am I saying this? I actually, I ride a bike. I have a motorcycle. I'm going to just tell you. Okay. I'm going to show you my bike. Hold on, you guys. I got to show you all my baby. This is my baby. This is my baby. I just want to show y'all. But I'm going to tell you, I was riding right the other day. And I just happened to see this white couple. I don't know if they was a couple, but they were like men, two white men, right? And they was hanging, they was walking down the street with this black girl, this black baby. She was like 7 or 8, and I had to turn around on my bike, and I parked where I can watch them. Okay, I did, because I was ready. I was ready. I will go for man. I'm serious. So I'm watching them, and I'm watching to see where they go. They ended up going into some restaurant. But this is my bike, y'all. Let y'all see my baby. This is my baby, right? That's my baby, okay? That's my baby, okay? That's my baby. Yes, I got a bike. Yes, and I ride her all the time, okay? But I seen this couple, and they had this black little girl. And I'm looking at her. I'm trying to get eye contact to make sure she's good. I'm looking, and I'm like, just show me something. Just show me something. I'm coming. But obviously, they had been allowed to adopt her. Why? What's going on in that household? We already know they're dysfunctional. So ain't nothing functional going on in that house. I don't care what nobody say. Ain't nothing functional. She ain't had no business up in that house. None whatsoever. So why are we allowing them to adopt these homosexual couples adopting our babies? Because if I can get a baby, I can change the whole mindset, and I can change a generation. You understand me? You have to understand, white folk do stuff for generations. They don't do something for just this year, just this week. They put stuff, just like Biden, he's putting things in place right now for generations, because he knows that they're going to be gone by 2040. He knows white folk going to be the minority. They already the minority, because you're not going to tell me that after 500 years, since slavery, we're only 12%. You're not going to tell me that lie. You're going to tell me that. Hopefully I still believe it. But I know how y'all been dying with opiates, how y'all just died with COVID. More of them died than us. Don't let them tell you that bull crap, that more of us died than them. That's a lie. Because this COVID wasn't for us, it was for them. People don't understand that. Okay, you have to understand. You suffering because with the same punishment that they're getting, because you around them, because you've integrated with them. So God said the same thing that I put on them, you're going to get, because you don't have sense enough to separate from them devils. So guess what? When you talk about destroy America, destroy, you're talking about destroy yourself, because you won't come from among. Be ye separate and learn out their ways. That's what the word said. And you wonder why we suffer with COVID? That's why. Because we learned their ways. We came among them, and we allowed them to teach us their dysfunction. That's what's going on with us today. And we give Biden up. We still are allowing him voting for white supremacy, the devil, to be over us. You ain't supposed to be voting for white supremacy to be over you, black family. If you cannot run for office and be over yourself, because he said when the wicked are in charge, you got chaos. He said it. When you have wicked in charge of you, you have chaos. You're going to always have chaos with them white folks, white supremacy being over you, Democrat or Republican. And they done told you and convinced you that you can't do nothing but vote for the lesser of two evils, and y'all dummies suck it up and tell me, repeat that mess to me. I hate it. When I hear somebody say, well, we had to vote for the lesser of two evils, you're an idiot. You are stupid. And that's what I want to tell them. I just look at them. I don't even want to talk to you. I got to keep moving. Seriously. I can't deal with stupidity, because I know we won't get them all, but the ones that want to do, we need to start doing. The ones that want to do, let's do. We don't have to wait on them. They don't want to do nothing. They're not going. We can't get them all. If they don't want to do anything, okay, let them. Okay, that's fine. We don't have to. It's okay. We don't have to get them. We won't get everybody. I keep telling you that. Hold on, family. This is it's so sad because we know it's so sad because we have allowed them to pour their poison into us. We've learned their ways. And then you wonder why we act the way we act. And they look at you and say, why y'all act like that? Because we've learned it from you. We've never had love. We've never known love. We've never had love. We didn't know what love was about, did we? We don't know what love is about. We've never had it. Slavery. Our parents couldn't show us that they loved their kids in slavery. They would take them. So every time, and even now, you'll hear a black family, a black mother saying negative stuff to their children because if I show them that I love them, or if I tell them that they're A students, they may, they still have that mindset of slavery. They may take them. They may kill them. So I have to show the bad in them. We have to understand it's time for us. We are our brother's keeper. We need our men. We cannot do anything without our man. We cannot do anything, just like you can't do nothing without your woman. No white woman is going to know we are the bone. We are your bone. We got you. We got our men. I'm going to tell you, a black woman will stand, if they know that they can trust you and you're safe, you got them, they will protect you to the end of the earth. They will fight for you, fight with you, and they will have your back. If they know that they can trust you and they know that you got them and you're going to keep them safe. It's all about security. You got to make sure they're safe. If they feel safe and that you're going to be there no matter what, and you're not going to talk negative against them, negative in front of anybody else, or negative about them, and if they tell you a secret and you hold it for dear life, oh, you got a friend from now until. And I'm not saying you're going to have a perfect relationship because we all are damaged. We all have some stuff that we need to work on. But let's work on it together. You can't do this without me, and I can't do it without you. Then white women don't know. They don't have your back. They don't know nothing about your pain. You cannot tell them about a situation where you went through a racist situation and they got your back because they're not going to understand it. You're going to say something that's going to bother them, and they're going to be like, what is he talking about? They're going to take it personal because you're talking about their brother. You're talking about their father. You're talking about them. And when I see a black man that's dating a white woman, I shake my head. Especially, I remember this baseball, or was he football player, that the girl that he was engaged to, she had a video out that was talking about black men. Okay, that was talking about, she was racist in her video. And they showed him the video and he goes, oh, she's changed. Really? It only was last year, 2 years ago. You only been dating her a year, but this video was like 2 years ago. So she's changed within 2 years, and she's felt like this for 30 years. And you think over a year she's changed? Really? We're not that dumb, are we? I'm just saying. They showed him the video, and this was his response. So she's changed. Really? You really believe she's changed? You think you got it like that? Or you could change her whole mindset? You really believe that you can change her mindset? You don't have it like that. You don't have it like that. That's like people with Biden said, oh, I said, you guys are voting for Biden? Well, he's changed. I said, did you know what he did to the black community? Oh, that was 20 years ago. And you think he's changed? Okay, what has he showed you that made you feel like he's changed? What has he done for the black community to make up for what he's done in the black community against the black assault on the black family? What's he done? Anything? When you talk about reparations with him, what does he say? Nothing. He ignores the question. But he's changed. And you guys thought that this dude who has been made the most racist laws against Black people. You gave him a pass, but you won't give your Haitian brother a pass. You won't give the Haitians at the border a pass. You'll tell me, oh, they don't like us. Biden don't like you either. You don't like each other. But it's time to change that mindset against your brother, not against Biden, not against your enemy, because those are enemies. White folk are your enemies. You guys ought to know that. But you won't give your Haitian brothers a pass who's at the border, who needs our support, who needs us. And it's time for us to change our mindset against each other. It's time to change our mindset. They don't see Haitians. They see black people. They don't see, oh, those aren't Americans. Those are hate. They don't see that. They see Black people. They see you. They see what they want to do to you Americans. So now we get to do it to Haitians because they don't say nothing. They ain't got no support. They don't have nobody to have their back because Black folk don't have each other's back. That's what they're saying, which we don't. It doesn't matter. Time to change that narrative. We should have been down at that border. We should have been down there at that border to show them our support. And maybe they'll change their heart against us. Somebody's got to stop it somewhere. Somebody's got to do something different. When do we do anything different? When do we support our own? We don't? Are we serious? They sent your brother back. They sent your brothers and sisters back. But they allowed terrorists, Afghanistan. Those are the ones that they said, quote unquote, but we all know who did a 9/11, don't we, Bush? Oh, I'm sorry. Don't we, Bush? We all know who did that 9/11, right? Okay. And we know why, right? Then he went to Afghanistan. First they said it was Iran. And then they changed to Afghanistan. Then we went to war with Afghanistan. How'd that happen? How did that happen? We went over to Afghanistan, Taliban over there. You think none got on? You don't think any Taliban got on that plane that came to America? And you're gonna tell me they vetted all of them and they don't have to take the vax? And they're giving them money, they're giving them housing, education, but you're gonna send the Haitians back? Why do you think that is, family? Because they don't want no more Black folk up in America, because they already know they're doomed. Why would I help create more of my demise? Y'all not thinking of, y'all not using your head. These folk are done. And everything that they're doing now is for your demise. Because they said, we know we done. So we got to take them with us. What did Balaam say? Introduce them to sin. And they'll curse themselves, right? Introduce them to LGBT, elemental P. Introduce them to bestiality. Introduce them to pedophilia. Introduce them to sin. And they will curse themselves. And that's what they've done. Introduce them to eating pork. Because you know you ain't supposed to eat it. Everything that they stand for, everything America stands for, is evil for evil. Everything America stands for, it goes against the statute, laws, and commandments, right? It goes against the statute, laws, and commandments. Everything. It giving you chitlins. Did you guys know what you were eating? The hog's dookie hole. I'm gonna be all, so y'all need to stop eating that mess. It's the lining that holds the poop. That's what you're eating when you're eating chitlins. Ew. Yeah, but you still gonna eat it, right? Yeah. Keep eating the lining of his dookie hole. You want to eat your own lining in your own dookie hole, but you eat a lion. You want to eat a dookie hole pig. Sorry. See how do you guys see how crazy this sounds? Do you guys see? Ew, I know, ew. It is ew. Stop eating it then. I've had Black folks say, well, I'm going to eat it till the day I die. I don't care what it is. Okay, ew, go ahead. Keep eating your dookie hole lining. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Keep on eating your... Never mind. Let me finish. I want to finish just reading a few more statements. Oh, my God. Y'all got to help me here. I can't take this. We can do a whole lot better. We got to retrain our thinking. Y'all, they have messed us up. And they did it on purpose. And they knew what they was doing. Because when we took them our babies, they didn't accept our babies into their school until they had a system in place for our babies, right? So they knew that what they was going to teach our baby, what harm it was going to cause from generation to generation, right? This is why you still got so many coons cooning out Al Sharpton, Jesse, Tyler Perry, Hill Coon too. Made millions off y'all black folk, but then told y'all to go get that shot, didn't they? I'm just saying. Go get the lollipop, didn't he? Didn't he? Made millions off y'all black folk. Nicki Minaj make millions off you too, but she had sense enough to tell you, hey, somebody in my family, this happened to them, and they dogged her out, didn't they? Because she was coming on there telling the truth because she didn't tell y'all black folk go take a shot. They're Hoogly, whatever he is. Okay. What'd he do? They paid him to tell y'all take a shot. Chris Rock talked against the medical thing. Then Vicky tell y'all he was talking bad about vaccines. Then turn around and told y'all go take the lollipop, right? I'm just saying, y'all gotta make it make sense. Make it make sense. None of them foreigners do we see them giving a lollipop to, do we? They just bought a whole plane load over here. We should see them giving somebody. If it's that important, the Congress, they told Congress, you exempt, you have to take it. But are we in a pandemic? We're in a pandemic, right? Black folk, we in a pandemic. I know it's called pandemic, but I'm calling it a pandemic because that's what it is. And y'all, well, I got to take it for my job. The hell with them jobs. If you take it, you die, you ain't got no job. Your kids don't have nobody. No insurance is not going to pay for your death. If you got life insurance, you didn't took this shot. You think you didn't took that back, the lollipop. You think they're going to pay for your benefits? You better look at your insurance policy for the ones that have insurance. And I hope y'all got life insurance. It's only $25 a month, family. I hope y'all got a way to be buried. Don't sit up and leave that burden on your children. Because I'm going to tell you what, your little butt would be sitting up there letting the state bury you waiting on me. Yeah, we got to do better. Somebody could be selling life insurance. Where my life insurance people at? That's a good business for black people. Because we need life insurance. We need to come back to that. It's on $25, $23. Have your life insurance. Hook up with the life insurance. Hook up. Where Prime America at? That used to be big time back in the day. Come on, family. It's time to do better. We need each other. We can't do this without. You already heard me. I didn't read. I'm not done. I'm gonna read just a little bit more. White supremacist capitalist hierarchy refusal to allow black males full access to employment while offering black females a place in the service economy created a context where black males and females could not conform to standard sexist roles in regard to work, even if they wanted to. We have a profound differences in the quality of life in America for black men and black women. That's true, right? It's on purpose. It's on purpose. They want you to feel like you don't need your man. Oh, I need mine. I refuse to do without him. And I'm going to build him up as much as I can to let him know how important he is. Because he have hell on these jobs. Our men go through hell on these jobs. They can't not do nothing right for these white folk. That's why you need to have your own. Get your mechanic, get you one of them carports and put your carport in your driveway and start fixing your own cars. If you do a mechanic for Precision Tune or Mako or whoever, or Mako is okay, even with Mako, you know how to you know how to paint cars? Get your business, fellas. You like cars, detailing, painting, put it all, make it all in one. You know how to fix a tire, you know you're a mechanic, put it all in one. Get you somebody, you be the mechanic, you get a detailer there, and then you get a person that can do the wrecking part, the Mako part of it. The wrecking, that's 3 people under one roof. Group economics, right? Come on, we can do this. We got to stop with all of this craziness. Individualism. That's what it's called. Me, myself, and I. No. We can't do this by ourselves, family. They've done this on purpose. It's written. When current trends are projected, there's every reason to believe that African American women will soon surpass African American men in median income. Hasn't that already happened? Indeed, when we take account not just of median income, but of the numbers of proportions of African American women in desirable occupations, it is already the case that they have outperformed African American men in absolute terms and Euro American women in relative terms. On the whole, it is safe to say that ethnic differences in the economic experience of African American and Euro American women have either disappeared or are on the verge of becoming insignificant. African American women continue to suffer serious gender biases in the economy, but they suffer them equally with Euro American women. Euro American women, yes. Appearances to the contrary, there is no double burden of race and gender in economic matters. We find in almost every area of education, the skills acquisition African American women are far outperformed Afro-American men. Afro-Americans are the only ethnic group in which women outperform men. Did you hear that? On purpose. You think they're not trying to make our men feel like that on purpose, women, ladies? And then you'll turn around and make more money than him on purpose and dog him out. Are you serious? Black men, if y'all don't get your own businesses. Every field that you used to work in, as far as construction. I remember when it was all black men used to do construction, didn't you? And sometimes they were working, sometimes they wouldn't work it. But now Mexicans working, and they work in the rain, sleet, and snow, don't they? I'm just saying. They used to call off them jobs on them black men and lay them off for 2 weeks. Well, it's raining, the ground is soft. I remember my uncle used to do it, construction. And he was off so many times. Oh, he had a job, but then he was home when he worked with construction. But I don't see the Mexicans doing it. I don't see them doing the Mexicans like that. They got the Mexicans working. That's who work in construction now. I remember black men was doing lawn care. Mexicans doing it now. A whole lot of jobs black men was doing. I don't see, where do black men work now anyway? I don't see a whole lot of black men out there. And I'm not being funny. I'm just saying. Black men, I hope you guys are getting your stuff together and getting these businesses going. This stuff is done on purpose. African Americans are the only ethnic group in which women outperform men. In most of the hard science, especially physics, math, computer science, engineering is the exception. But African American women are fast catching up. Only among African Americans do we find men substantially below in the fields of medicine, dentistry, law, and businesses on purpose. We're outperforming our men because of this system. It's done on purpose. I cannot get you guys to understand that. This stuff is done on purpose. You don't understand that, ladies? So stop saying you don't need your man. Either you're gay or you're helping yourself out. But that's not what our girls need to see. That's not what our little boys need to see. We have to change our mindset. Do you want things to continue the same or get worse for you? If we don't make it better for ourselves, them crackers ain't gonna make it better for you. Why would they make it better for you? That's why you see more black men are agreeing to wear dresses if they pay them. Do you understand the logic of that? Sometimes they can't get a job, so they'll offer them hundreds, millions of dollars. Let me see you wear a dress. You're showing your son you're in a dress. What's that telling your son? Well, they paying me. Lil Nas, I'm getting paid. You're getting paid. But what damage are you doing? Yes, you're getting paid, brother. What damage are you doing, though? Don't you care? No, I don't care. I'm getting mad. That's what he's saying, because he told you to F your children, didn't he? Did you see the interview on Breakfast Club where Nas said, F your kids? And what are you guys going to do about it? Boycott his behind. Show him, nigga, you need me more than I need you. I'm going to turn you off. I ain't buying not another one of your records. And I'm not going to participate in Sesame Street. Long as they showing these two gay men. What's the other boy name? The other man, other small little man. What's his name? Who the gay other man? He was in dress too. What was his name? Oh my God, I got his face. Black guy. I can't think his name right now. But he was in the dress also. I can't think his name, Lord. It just, God. Okay, whatever. But long as they showing these men in dresses on Sesame Street, Parents, you'd be a damn fool to keep on letting your children watch anything with two women. Turn off them TV. If I see a program with two women kissing, I don't watch a whole lot of TV. I don't let my granddaughter watch a whole lot of TV because I see what they're doing. But if I see it, turn it off. Or I tell, I'm teaching against it. This is not something we do. And people say, well, one of my girlfriends, she said about the shot. She said, well, about the vacations, well, kool-aid or whatever you want to call it, lollipop. She said, well, you got to die of something. That's a dumb reason. She said, well, you're in the laws of the land. You got to follow those Romans do. If God told you to follow the laws of the land. I said, well, the laws of the land said that you can be homosexual and it's okay. So you're going to follow that too? You have to have, he said, no, they was acknowledge me and I'll direct your path. Did he direct your path to take the lollipop? Is he directing your path because they're telling you on your jobs, you have a constitutional right to tell them to kiss your booty hole. Okay. I'm not taking nothing. I don't have to. I'll take something that's going to cause me to die. I had to do it because of my job. You're an idiot. If that's your excuse, you are an idiot. You are an idiot. When you know people dying from this stuff and they causing all kind of health effects, people bedridden after they hospital after hospital after hospital, you didn't develop cancer, you didn't develop all this crazy stuff. My husband worked with a man and he ain't been to work in a week. He had gout, whatever that is. I don't know what that is, but he said he used to get it before, but it was just, he said, I never had this bad. Well, okay. You ain't never took the lollipop either, have you? And some people telling me, well, I had to do it because of my job. What if you had died and you wouldn't have had no job? I had to because of my job. So you're going to allow them to punk you into taking something it's an experiment? You know that it's an experiment. You know it's not been tested on nobody, but you're going to be dumb enough. Then I seen a woman, well, she gave it to her son. You're an idiot too. He's in 7th grade. I just put it on my Facebook page. Let me show her. She's a dummy. Hold on, let me show you this dummy. I got to show you this dummy. I have got to show you. When we act stupid, I'm going to put you out there because you're an idiot. I'm just saying. Okay, let me show you that. Look at the dummy. She just as proud. Look. Can y'all see it? JPC, COVID vaccination blitz. It didn't hurt middle school students stressed. Mississippi. That's a Mississippi mom. She's a dummy. Mississippi, capital city, school district, actively engaged in the fight against COVID. So she took her son, and she just as proud. She just as proud. She took it. So she's a dummy. And now her child's a dummy. So I'm going to keep up with her, see what happened to her. She's a dummy. And I don't care. I tell in her face, you're a dummy. I'll tell any of y'all. If y'all sitting up there taking lollipop that they just came off the market with, just made it. Nobody has approved it. No studies. No, you don't know no side effects. You don't know nothing about it. And you stood in line, just like Israel. They said everybody that took it in Israel, it's so bad over there in Israel, they gave them 3 shots of it, okay? They gave them, Israel agreed to be the guinea pigs, right? Israel agreed. So they gave them 3. The first one went okay. Gave them a second one. Everybody started catching COVID. Everybody started catching it, right? Then they turned around and gave them a third. And it just blew up. Let them be the guinea pigs, not you. You know these people been trying to kill you. But anything for massa. But you won't give your own brother a pass in Haiti at the border. You won't give your own boy, your own man, your own black men a pass, ladies. You'll constantly tell your son how nothing his daddy is. Why would you speak against his father? Because he didn't want you? So what, y'all? Okay, so what? You grew apart. Okay, but still, you have a child. You have a child. I would never say anything against my first husband, their dad. I'd never talk negative about him. Never. He was the best dad ever as far as him and I working together. He was a horrible husband, but he was a great dad. We worked together. We worked that thing together. And I told you he died, but we worked together. My girls couldn't call him and say anything against their mom. Or ask them, well, daddy, mommy said, blah, blah. Can we do? He said, what your mom say? We work together. And that's how we did it. Yes, Andre, big dummies. That's what they are, big dummies. How dumb are you? You'll give these crackers a pass. And you'll trust them with your life. And you'll tell me I took it because of my job. We've been telling y'all dummies for how long to get your own business? And if you don't have your own business by now, what you waiting on? And it is that easy. Stop punking out. Stop being a scaredy cat. You depending on enemies. Is that safe? Why don't you see that as being dangerous, family? How did we get here? What happened? 500 years, family. Look at the black family. Look at the black family. Where is the black family? On these commercials, you see black woman and a white man, and vice versa. They don't even portray you on commercials. You look in a book, you never see a black couple, blackity, black, do you? That's on purpose. Their mind messing with this on purpose. On purpose. And we know it, and we not doing nothing about it to combat it. Why? We've learned well from enemies. We built this country, y'all. We built this. And you come in and let strangers tell you what to do. You built it, build it again. Start building your own businesses. They'll create a bill and gaslight it. You know what I mean? They create a bill, they don't mean nothing by it. They just put it on paper. Constitution, your 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment. They created them things, don't mean nothing. Because one of the 14th say that we were slaves, but you're not supposed to look like you were slaves. We still look like we were slaves. You're actually going backwards. And you're okay with it. Welcome, Daniel. But we have got to do better. We need each other. We can't do this. I'm going to say it. We need each other. I don't want to hear another woman say, I don't need a man. You need a woman? Who's going to fight for you when this war break out? Who's going to fight for you? You going to fight for yourself? You can't beat another man, sis. You can't beat another man. Okay, you can shoot now. We can't do this by ourselves. And our black men need us. We need them. Black men, I'm getting on you next week about these snow bunnies. I already told you what's going on with that. They need you to survive. Their men aren't low birth rate. They can't even reproduce. But they telling you that you're 13%. You think you still 13% after all these years? We multiply roaches. They had COVID to hit them bad, worse than it hit us. South Africa tore South Africa apart. Why did it tear South Africa apart? And the rest of the places it didn't? Because all the white folk in South Africa. Duh. But Africa's bringing in, and they sent over all of them vaccines, lollipops for them to take. And they had less than 1% infected. Less. No, probably hardly any deaths. But you go lollipop yourself and bring it into your own country? Really? Because that's what happened in Israel. When they started giving themselves a lollipop, it blew up. It spread like wildfire. That should tell you something. So now you're a carrier? Does that make sense? Oh, God. And when I hear people say, I took it because of my job. You killed yourself. You're going to cause death to yourself to make what, $10, $11, $12 an hour? Because that's probably what you're making. Think about what we're doing that's going to impact our future. What are we doing and how is it going to impact our future for bad or good? What we're doing is going to impact your future for something negative. Negative. Nothing that you're doing right now is impacting our future for anything for us to be free economically. Ever since 1963, we've been going downhill. That ought to show you, that ought to tell you something. That us coming together with enemies was not the best for us. And we still don't have sense enough to separate. That's the crazy part about it. When you know something don't work and you still hanging out and still claiming they be friends and claiming that they got your back. And my best friend name is Amy. I look at you as a suspect because you're an idiot too. Big dummies. They don't like you. They never have. That's why they didn't come to your schools. You went to theirs. Now that you're over here, we need you to conform to us. We need you to look like us. We need you to talk like us. We've left ourselves so unprotected, ladies, and you don't even understand. And it's on purpose. It's on purpose. On purpose. So what are we going to do about it? Continue allowing them to teach our babies and continue complaining? Or take your money? I dare you. I dare you to take your money and create your own business. Take $200 and start creating your own business. You can do a business account on Facebook. That's free. You take your friends off of Facebook. Some of us got 200 and 300 friends on Facebook. Allow them to know about your business. Connect that business page with your regular page. I have a Facebook page, Getaway Internationals. That's my Facebook page. Look it up. Getaway Internationals with an S. Website. You want to check the website out? GetawayInternationals.com. GetawayInternationals.com. And if you want to email me, getawayinternationals@gmail.com. I got a GoDaddy account for a website. It didn't cost me but a year. It was maybe $21 for a whole year. Well, actually, the first year was like $2 or $3, but I paid for the $18 and then paid for the $3 for this, a year or whatever. Then I paid for the domain. Then I have to pay $30 a month to keep the website going. Okay. That's what, $50 right there. And paid for cards. My daughter has a new way of doing it. So I just paid $7 for some cards and I got like 27 cards. I got 27 cards. And they're made almost like this, but they're like in photos. I did it, and she did it for me in photos. Okay. Same thing in photos. Okay. We did photos because these tear, right? She showed me a new way of doing them. Then I got me business cards. I got 500 for maybe $20. So we're up to what, $60? Then website didn't cost me that much because I knew the girl. She gave me a really super great deal on it. And I think that's it. I think that's all I had to do. That was under $200. Come on, you guys. And I advertise it on Facebook every day. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. I still have my Hard Truths website. So I still have it under Hard Truths. But if you go into Hard Truths, you'll see Getaway International. And I just may change that name. I think a little later today to Getaway Internationals. Because I am trying to trying to advertise my business on Instagram, Facebook, Instagram. Twitter kicked me off, y'all. Twitter told me my account was done since I tried, but they just don't respect us anymore. I tell young brothers all the time, if you're looking for a good woman to love, go overseas. You got these young chicks talking about they divest. You know what? I don't believe. I do believe now you can go to overseas, but you have some great Black women here too. Daniel, I believe that you have some great Black women. You just and you have to rewind. I had a guy that said the same thing about Black women here, and I told him now if you're attracting the wrong type of Black woman, sometimes it's you. It's not them. Okay, if you continuously attract the wrong type of Black woman, and Jason Black does not talk about this. He talk about the woman. I hate the business. I hate that channel. And it sucks to me, and I do believe that he's an agent. I don't care what nobody say. That dude, he may talk about white supremacy, but he never comes up with a plan, okay, as far as us being free. He talks about it, yeah, but where's the plan to be free? Never a plan. Never a plan to be free, right? Then he comes on another day and talks to divide Black men and women. I don't agree with Black men telling you that you don't need a Black woman, or you calling women, Black women, hoes, and you calling them bees, and you calling them, these are the women of your children that you have decided to have babies with, and now you want them to disrespect those women. And some of those men are leaving their relationships with these women because of him. Because I've heard them come back on there and say, man, me and my woman, we broke up because, and I'm like, dude, you got children with this woman. You listen to another man telling you to break up with your woman. You got to be gay as hell. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. You gay as hell if you listen to another man tell you about what to do with your relationship. Where's your man? Where's your cojones? Where's your cojones? That's the woman you chose. How he gonna tell you what to do in your relationship when he ain't got one? He got mama issues. He has mama issues. Can't nobody, no woman come over here and tell me what to do in my marriage. And you don't have a man. Or you'd have been married 7 times. Get the hell out of here. I got this. I got this. You gonna let a whole man tell you what to do, break you up, you and your woman up? Because he does not have a woman. I'm never talking about hair, Jason Black talk about a woman at all. He got mama issues. His grandma raised him. I guarantee you it. When you get a man that's talking about a woman like that, talking against his own Black woman, call them hoes and bitches and all this stuff he does, calling Black women, you got a mama issue. You need to straighten that mama issue out before you start dating any more women. Go and straighten that mama issue out, because you have mama issues. And until you straighten that mama issue out, every woman you come across going to trigger you to be like your mama. I'm just saying. Everybody can't move, Daniel. Everybody won't move. We can get some, yes. But everybody won't move. Everybody won't. But you have some. I told you I have land over there. I'm going to be traveling. I'm doing whatever country I have me. I don't have to take the lollipop. I'm going to be traveling. Oh, my goodness. They playing with my website. Look, they playing with me. Look at them. They playing with my little website. Did you see it? I know they're playing with it because I must have triggered the algorithm or something. Y'all like and share. See, they doing it again. Look at that. I know they playing with me. Look at it. I'm going to see how long it's going to buff for. Look at it. Look at it. I'm looking at it. I must have mentioned something about something I haven't been saying. Look at it. I'm sure looking at it. Look at it. I see them playing with it. I'm sitting up here watching it. I know they messing with my show. I know it. It's okay because I'm getting ready to get off. I know. I know they mess with the live. It's okay. It's okay. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Look at it. I'm watching to see how long they're gonna keep messing with the show. But I do appreciate everybody. I know they messing with it. I just saw them. Now look at it. Look at it. They'll let it talk, and then they'll come back and do something else with it. Okay, well, I'm still connected, so I don't know what's going on, but it's okay. It's okay. I know they mess with my live. It's okay. I know they're messing with the live. Look at them. They're doing it again. Look at them. But I didn't want to be on here long. But now, if you're smart, you're going to go ahead and do what you need to do and get your own. Okay. He also talks about the life expectancy of Black people, Black men. And he said 1994 African American men life expectancy at birth was 64.9 years, which was 8.4 years less than Euro American men. Okay. I know they mess with the live. It's okay. But if you guys can, I'm going to show you this book again because I want you guys to get this book and read it. Let me take this off of here. Trying to take that off. If you guys can get this book and read it, get this book. I'm telling you, this book right here is going to save your life. This book, and I've been reading out some. I don't own this book, but it's all for educational purposes only. And I just wanted to help you guys understand what's really going on. And I'm telling you, let's talk about one more thing, marriage and family among Negroes. Okay. Negro men have been more feared sexually and occupationally than Negro women. In fact, Negro women have more often proved activity to the white world, not only as sex partners, but also as nurses or nannies, mammies. As a result, Negro women have been less isolated from the white world. They have more intimate contact with it. They have lived in the homes of white families. They have had greater opportunities to mingle with white people. More doors, back doors have, to be sure, have opened for them. They have therefore felt more or less at ease in the white world, even in their contact with social work agencies and the world of bureaucracy. They have known their way around. Negro men and women have, in fact, tends to live in somewhat different worlds, both under slavery and after emancipation. Okay, the Negro man, and in doing so, it reflected grievously wounds on the Negro man. The Negro man had to be destroyed as a man in order to protect the white world. Unwittingly, unintentionally, even against her own will, the Negro woman participated in the process. Unwittingly. Okay, it talks a lot about Black fathers as head of household. Observe that at the heart of the deterioration of the fabric of the Negro society is the deterioration of the Negro family. You weaken the family, you weaken the nation if you don't have Black men in charge. And you have to get it back together, family. We have to come back together. Okay. In order for Black America to heal from our slavery inflicted wounds, grow, and genuinely progress as a people, the Black family must be reconstituted and strengthened. No strong Black family, no strong Black nation. And it is the case that in order for Black family to be strengthened, the Black man must be reconstituted, empowered, and reintegrated into the family in his proper role. That means getting back our men. Okay, we got to get our men back. Okay, as long as a Black man is disempowered in the home, he can never go out and become empowered in this hostile society that has literally been at war with his manhood for over 400 years. Sisters, if you want your husbands to be a man out there, you must help him to be a man in the home. You have to help place him on his throne in the home. But it doesn't start, brothers, with her letting you be the man. It starts with you determining to be the man in your home, whether she or anyone else likes it or not. In order to be treated as the man, you have to be the man. Okay. Actually, it says also he knew also knew then, as we know now, that in order for a Black male to actually be the man in his home, he must be able to perform the duties of a man of the home, and that requires gainful employment and or accessing your business, which is, resources. Okay. And appealed to the president to make the government resources available for help reconstitute the black male as the man in the home, as the society. Okay. You have to have your own business. There is no, these white folk ain't gonna just give you nothing. Okay. You are going to have to take it. Okay. Okay. President Johnson acknowledged the truth report. Okay. But did nothing. Okay. To implement its findings or recommendations. Instead, actions on the report was taken by his successor, President Nixon, who took the report, and that was that Kramer report, seriously, and took the potential for the strong black man in American society seriously as a serious threat. Nixon saw you as a serious threat. That's why he put you behind on drugs. Okay. I'm trying to see. Hold on, you guys. I have one little bit more part and then I'm gonna be done. Okay. I didn't want to make this long, but it was so important that we talk about this. But it talks about the Nixon report, that report that was done, the Kramer report that Nixon ignored. And he said in 1983, 3 years after the report was distributed, Nixon declared black people, the black male, his enemy. And when he got into office in 71, he launched an all-out war against the black male under the false pretense of war on drugs. Who else did the war on drugs? Clinton too, right? Okay, we shall elaborate on this point later. Okay, this is what the man is saying that wrote the book, Wesley Muhammad. Okay, black male conditions and thereby stabilizing the black family. Nixon marshaled government policies and resources to declare the war, wage of war against the black man and future and further debilitant. I hate these big words. The black family. In 1982, President Reagan reinitiated and expanded the war on black men, disguised as the war on drugs, right? President Bill Clinton did the same, right? The Clintons were super predators, and the black male is their prey. Mass incarceration as a consequence of this for decades. Long fabricated war on drugs has decriminalized the black male population. There are more black men under the correctional control today than were enslaved in 1850, a decade before the Civil War. At the time, Mayhem wrote in 1965, 24% of black households were absent of black fathers. Today, after 4 decades of a covert governmental war against the black men, 70% of black households are fatherless. This did not happen by accident. You have to understand. None of this is happening by accident, family. I keep reading this. I'm trying to get this, help you to understand what's really going on. And I do apologize for them messing up my thread. I know they're coming against my live right now. It's okay. Y'all hanging there with me because I'm coming back. And I'm going to be back. And I'm going to be back. You know, here, I'm on here every Wednesday, 12 o'clock on Wednesdays. And then I'm going to do a live tomorrow on my Facebook page, on my business Getaway Internationals on Facebook. I'm going to do a live to help you to understand how you run your own business. Okay. It's time for us to do some different things. It's time. It's time. But I did not want to be on here all day. And I do appreciate the ones that tuned in. Daniel, I hear you talking. I hear you. You're right. We really don't need them, Daniel. I'm reading your comments. That's why I got quiet. But yeah, you're right. We really don't need them. It's too dangerous for in America. But you're right. Everybody is not going to go. Yeah, it's dangerous in America. But people still just don't have the economic means to be able to do it. A lot of people have jobs here. So how, if I don't have my own business, how am I going to move to Africa, another country, Costa Rica, Africa, anywhere else, if I don't have a business to help sustain me? So a lot of black folk are not getting their own businesses, and they're going to, you're going to be sorry. You have to have your own business. Because if you don't have your own business, you give the government too much control. Just like with the Kool-Aid. You drinking the Kool-Aid because you don't have your own business. You cannot not have an income coming in nowadays. And this country is dangerous. Everybody's not going to go. They don't have the means. But for the ones that can, get out. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Yeah, hang in there with me, and I do appreciate you guys, the ones that did stay. Come on back. When they mess up the thread, you hang in there, or you come on back. Come on back. You go off, come back in. I didn't want to end it, that soon, but I want, but you guys know how they are. It doesn't matter. We need our own anyway. And this shows us that we need our own, because our truth to them is not their truth. It's hate speech to them. But I do appreciate everybody that tuned in. Thank you for tuning in. And I was expecting a guest, and I guess he kind of chickened out because we were going to talk tag team and talk about this man and woman relationship. We're going to talk about the men next week. So yes, men, I'm coming. And you may not like what I had to say, because I believe the women, we had help getting here. I'm not going to blame any one person, because it takes two. Okay. And if they told you to leave, woman told you to leave, I've been like, I ain't going nowhere. This is my home. If you want to go, you go. I got these. I'm taking care of me and my children. I'm serious. If I was a man, I wouldn't be leaving my house. You want to go, go. I'm not going nowhere. I'm stay here and take care. You don't want to be included in this, then you go ahead on out there and do what you want to do. But I do appreciate everybody that tuned in, and we will be back next week, Wednesday at 12 o'clock. With that said, I want you guys to have an amazing rest of your day. Be safe. Do some deprogramming. Stock up on your food. Stock your ducks in a row. Because it's time to get out, family. It's time. But I do believe that it's going to happen everywhere. I was kind of blinded against that before, but I do believe, but I think you'll have a better chance in a summer area, where if you have to live outside, being out here in the cold, that ain't going to get it. But with that said, family, I want you to have a great rest of your day. Peace, family.